Perfect. All right, we're back. So I don't know what happened with the first live, but we are live again. All right, this is going to be a Crowllective reading. This is an energy map. Okay, make sure that you utilize these readings and these messages specifically as a guide to what is going on in your spiritual journey. Use it as guidance, as enlightenment, as a synchronicity or confirmation. Use it as a tool. All right, do not use it as just a prediction, right, of what's going to happen. Things are not set in stone. Everybody has free will and energy. Okay, your first message is going to be from the wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle deck, and that's going to be your current energy. All right. The headline of this specific reading is financially touched by money, resources, and profits. Okay. So there's something here that you are not aware of that is about to shift in your energy, angel number 111. And that you have to pay attention to, okay? That is really, really important right now for you to pay attention to, especially within these next couple of days. All right, so let's see what's going on with your current energy. What's going on with your current energy? All right, we have High Priestess of Fire. So I will say that you guys have a rise in your spirit. All right. You're going to become a little bit more passionate, more driven, more motivated into doing things, into pursuing things instead of waiting and seeing how things play out. I also see this energy of feeling more like spunkier, okay, is kind of what I'm seeing. Making a little bit more frivolous choices or adventurous choices, things that will light you up, spark you up, okay, is what I'm seeing here with the High Priestess energy. Is definitely giving, utilizing your intuition, using it well, wielding it well. This is also activating like your spiritual essence, your spiritual energy. All right, I do see that coming in for you guys. Then we have this trapped energy here. I would say be careful with getting stuck in situations. All right, be careful with feeling like you can't do something or like things aren't going your way. Anything that can limit you, limit your expression, limit your joy, or kind of put you in this lackluster mindset. I feel like that is something that you need to pay attention to, be careful with in your incoming energy. All right. Let's see what else comes out here for you guys. Show me more about their current energy. Show me more about their current energy. We have choices here. So again, the decisions that you're making them because you feel like it. You want to. I want to do that. I am excited about this. I am motivated about this. I really want to do this now, or I really want to create now, or there's this shift of taking action, especially in regards to choices. Okay. And then we have invisible. And it's funny because invisible actually came up in the reverse. And so that actually lets me know that you're getting out of the state of being shy. Okay. The energy of shyness is leaving you. The energy of wanting to be alone or wanting to be unseen or not engaging with others or not showing up to bigger, what is that, like bigger crowded situations, so like group events, um, like some sort of gatherings or parties or something like that. Okay, like where there's more than the few little bit of people that you usually see. Now it's like you're getting out of that comfort zone or that complacent energy of being only in one location, one environment. And so you're ready to be seen, you're ready to pop out, you're ready to show out, is what I'm seeing here. And these are the choices that you're making because of that. And now we have the moon here. The moon is in the reverse. So I do feel like that's a factor as well. There could have been some, like, when I say synchronicities, I mean like there could have been some synchronized um, moon cycle phases that could have linked up and distorted or enhanced to your intuition to some sort of degree, probably affected some of your spiritual gifts, whether you are in your phase of spiritual development or spiritual awakening. You guys would know. Okay, comment down below if you've already went through your spiritual awakening and you're going into your spiritual development. Your spiritual development is when you develop your psychic gifts and enhance your intuition. Okay. Um, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here. You're getting out of the wishing energy and you're stepping into I'm doing, right? There's nothing else that you need to focus on. There's nothing else that you need to understand to get the outcome that you're looking for and you're searching for. Okay. So that's your first set of messages there. Now I'm going to see what exactly it is that you are currently healing. All right. Um, and a lot of different things can come out in regards to that for y'all, but let's see. Okay. Let's see what you guys are healing. What are they healing? All right. We have gaslighting. All right. So, behaviors of gaslighting, selective amnesia, and avoidance of actions, which is crazy that I'm talking about this right now because I just said you're in the state of taking action. You're in the state of taking accountability. You want to make sure that when you do things, um you can stand on it, right? Like I did it because I wanted to. I did it because I felt like it, right? It's not I don't know why I did that, or I'm unsure, why I acted that way, right? You're not in that type of energy. So you're healing that particular wound, whether it was inflicted upon you, meaning somebody else were the ones to take this action, right? With you or like to you, right? Or if it was you that used to do this to yourself, right? Or put yourself in predicaments like that is what I'm seeing. So the intentions is to disregard the favor of someone, the faults in a situation. All right. Reasoning is because they don't want to take accountability. You may notice them adding things to make themselves look good. All right. So this is like avoidance, like when someone, like if you sit there and you talk to someone and the person decides to say, hey, I don't remember saying that, I actually remember it in a different way. And then when things are getting like pointed out, like, oh, actually, yes, you did say that, and you said this on this day, and this person was there, or and then what I'm seeing here is like the energy of either forgetting what was done or said to kind of like push off or push away responsibility for that said action, right? Or that said form of communicating. And so again, with the avoidance, that's the avoidance action, right? So you're dealing with healing from people that do not take accountability through avoidance style. Okay. So it's not that you're just healing from people that are unaccountable. You're healing from like it's like you have a trigger, right? And the trigger is, why don't you just tell me how you really feel? Why don't you just treat me how you really want to treat me, right? Why mask who you really are? Why mask your intentions? Why sit there and play with my feelings or play with my head, right? So you've been dealing with a gaslighter in that respect, and so your choices are changing in your cosmic forecast, and that cosmic forecast looks like you are regaining your empowerment, right? So you are definitely healing from a gaslighter situation that has selective amnesia. All right, angel number 1133, and you've mastered whatever you needed to master in regards to that. All right, I do see that you guys are healing from a toxic relationship. All right, with this toxic relationship, there are many behavior signs that you have already seen. All right, pay attention to those behavior signs. This person always has an excuse. It's them, it's her, it's him, it's not me. It's never ending drama with the toxic relationship. There's always lies and gaslighting. All right. Second confirmation about the gaslighting. I also mentioned gaslighting in the previous Crowllective as well. Okay. So gaslighting is definitely coming up for you guys as what you guys are healing. Constantly walking on eggshells in the toxic relationship. Whether you're going to say something wrong, they're going to take something wrong, or one conversation just blows up into an argument. All right. They want to keep the connection going. So this is something that you're healing from. You're healing from people that want to keep the connection going after you've cut them off, after you've said enough is enough, after you realize what their intentions truly were. Okay. You're having a hard time with that. That's something that you're still healing from. All right. These are things that you have to pay attention to, because when you are injured, right, you can't utilize what's injured, right? If you have a broken foot, you can't walk on that broken foot for some time, right? And so if you're healing from a toxic relationship or a gaslighting situation, that means that you cannot be around that type of energy, because you will get triggered. Your triggered state then causes certain reactions that would either send you deeper into your healing or set you back in your healing journey, correct? And so with the true intentions of the toxic relationship, and on top of that, with what they're trying to keep the connection going and keep it alive, right? They want to keep breeding a toxic relationship or a toxic relationship environment by keeping you close so it won't hurt them, okay? Because it's their problem that they're pulling you in, they're roping you in, all right? And this person may have separation anxiety, they may have codependency issues, and they're creating these traumas and perpetuating these traumas on you while you're already triggered by leaving them, and the toxicity that they have basically introduced you to, right? So this person does not want to lose you completely from their life, but they are also not taking accountability in their healing journey, right? Healthy relationship in the reverse, that's just another confirmation that this is not a healthy relationship, okay? And that you can't get into a healthy relationship if this is still lingering, right? There could be someone that you were considering, well, are they a toxic person? Yes or no. Someone is not a toxic person. Now, not to be confused from the person that you are healing from, the gaslighter that you were in a toxic relationship with, right? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about that other person that you thought was a toxic person. No, they were not a toxic person. I do feel like that they could have been healing from some sort of toxic defense mechanism, and now they're healing that. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So please note that no one is born toxic. The situation, the circumstances that we go through create how we interact with one another. All right, let's shift energies and go into who will assist you, Crowllies, in the next phase of your life. Okay, who is going to be the one to help you in the next phase of your life? And I'm going to be using the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck for this. Okay. And we'll see what comes out. So who is going to be assisting the Crowllies, my subscribers, in their next phase in life? And if you have not become a Crowllie yet by subscribing, go ahead and click that subscription button now. All right, we have Oshun. Oshun is here helping you at this time. Oshun is trying to help you with your love life. Oshun is trying to help you with your beauty routine. Oshun is trying to alleviate your soul through music and poetry and dance and charms. Okay, Oshun is here, and her card is of justice. All right. So Oshun is here, and she's wielding a sword. All right. Who will assist? So definitely spirit guides. Okay, spirit guides. A feminine spirit guide, feminine spirit deity that works with, that's really good with love and beauty and health and wellness. Okay. We have Sabata, all right. And I do feel that justice, and then the scales, I do feel like there's a rectification here happening with the justice and the scales now. Okay. This man has shades, so this could be justice to the unseen. Okay. Things that you were not seeing. This is how you're going to be assisted in the next phase of your life. You're getting victory for situations that you were not prepared for or that you weren't even looking at. Okay. With the energy of clarity, we have Ochosi, another spirit guide here. All right. Knowing exactly what to target and always hits the target on the dot. Okay. There's lots of omen here of fruits. All right. Abundance energy. Okay. So you're being helped with abundance. We have the nature element. So you're being guided to be out in nature more, or for you to eat more vegetables and fruits. That is your spirit guides talking to you, speaking to you, clarifying to you what needs to be done moving forward in your next phase in your spiritual life. Okay. Who else will be assisting the Crowllies? Who else will be assisting the Crowllies? Guanawani Jimai. Okay. So this energy right here, because I talked about the beauty and I talked about, wellness, and I talked about health, and I talked about love, but this is also the energy of sensuality. Okay. So if you were healing from a gaslighter and a toxic relationship, and sensuality is here, your spirit guides is basically helping you with whom you're going to be attracted to. Okay, from an intimate perspective, and who's going to be intimate with you, or who wants to be intimate with you. We have the witch doctor. Okay. So we have wisdom here, and then we have the unconditional blueprint of love. All right. I will say that for some of you guys, this witch doctor is either an ancestor of yours that in your bloodline there's witches. Okay. The big chief witch, all right, is helping you out with something. Or you have a particular high priestess, or someone that considers themselves a medicine woman or a witch of some sort, and they have a head chief witch on their ancestor side that's helping them help you with your situations. Okay. The witch. So you got to figure out who this is. All right. Some of you guys, very few of you could be this person, right? And you're connecting with your ancestor, yourself. Okay. And this is the one that's helping you. All right. Let's see what else comes out here for you guys in regards to what spiritual gifts you are developing. All right. What spiritual gifts you're developing right now, and how is that impacting you in your journey? All right. So let's see. Which spiritual gifts are the Crowllies developing right now? All right, we have a reversal. We have the moon is bright when it doesn't avoid the night. And it was in the reverse. The moon is bright when it doesn't avoid the night. Hang in there, be patient. You are on the right track, but it was in the reverse. So therefore you feel that your gifts are enhancing fast enough, or you feel that you're not familiar enough with your intuition. Things are kind of dark and gloomy. You're not understanding certain things. Didn't I say something in regards to the pattern of the moon or something like that was impacting certain gifts of yours? Okay, whether it was enhancing or diluting the gifts within itself. All right. So be patient when it comes to your spiritual gift development. Do not rush it. Do not force it. Do nurture it, right? There's been many times where I've seen lots of clients have issues with their psychic abilities, where they're either overstimulating their third eye or they're understimulating their third eye, right? There should be a good, healthy flow of both. You should be able to communicate with your spiritual team on your best and your worst day. All right. You should be able to understand synchronicities on an off day of yours. You should be able to pick up an omen very quickly, right? This is why I always encourage having a notebook, writing things down, having a place where you can, only have your readings, whatever readings that you do watch, write the notes down, right? You're not writing the reading down word for word. That's what the transcription is for. You're writing down certain valid points that stick out to you, that produce certain imageries, connect certain people, um, allows you to connect the dots, basically. Like it gives you the extra gems that you needed to get to the next level, right? Things that you didn't see yourself that give you that aha moment, like, oh, now I understand that because of this, right? So, that being said, your spiritual gifts right now are pending to what is that called, recalibrating, so that way you'll be able to see things clearly quicker, right? But they are saying be patient, so I don't feel like this is going to happen within the next week. I feel like it's probably going to happen by the next moon cycle, and that's probably why they're saying, don't be impatient in regards to your psychic gifts and your psychic development right now, Crowllies. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the wounds is the place where the light enters. And we talked about the healing. We were healing from the gaslighter, right? And so like the light has to enter where it hurts. Does that make sense? So in this analogy, for some reason, I think of Reiki, right? So some of you guys may need to perform more Reiki, push in more energy where it's empty, right? So filling in the lack with abundance, right? Filling in the energy that was vacant or that has been removed with something that is more beneficial to you on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, on a mental level, right? Is what you should be working on, right? And so when it comes to meditation, meditation is a space where you become one with the universe. You become one with everything that's around you. That's what meditation is. Meditation is not avoidance. Meditation is not avoidance. Meditation is not, let me stop thinking about this. Meditation is a way and a form for you to become one with the universe and everything that is around you. So when you meditate, you are able to put yourself in everybody else's shoes. You're able to remember everybody else and yourself at the same time, right? Meditation that allows you to blend in the physical and the spiritual together. Reiki energy healing may help you and assist you to bring up and resurface certain things that need to be healed and fill in the gaps. Okay. So someone could really benefit from that. All right. Healing, blessings, strength to carry on. So yes, your spiritual team is definitely sending good vibes to you. All right. During your energy healing phase. Okay. I do want to kind of look into what obstacles are currently being overcome at this time by you, so that way you can shift and move forward. And we're going to get those messages from this deck, the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. Okay. So what are the obstacles Crowllies are currently overcoming? What are the obstacles Crowllies are currently overcoming? Right, bottom of the deck. Make a mission statement for your soul. This is what you're overcoming. Actually being on task, actually pursuing your mission, your life purpose, okay? Figuring out what your soul wants and how your soul will thrive, okay? We have fearless expression and inflow with money. This is going to set you on track specifically for What is going to breed abundance for you? What is going to overflow abundance for you in your life? All right. This is how you will be touched by money, because you're healing from the limitations that other people could have placed on you. All right. There was a lot of people that projected a lot of pain onto you, and now it's time for you to persevere. Okay. That being said, those were your messages. Comment down below. Let me know how that resonates. Peace.